questions, what a joke. Because it's not. Okay, yes, this is my coffee. I had to go get it. So this is a story about my second C baby. One second. I had to drink some coffee. Okay. So my second C baby, I'm going to say he was a surprise. I know, right? Okay. Me and my husband at this time, we were, trying to have his first child. So we were practicing, trying, just as they say, getting it in whenever you could, because, in between the, cycles and all this other kind of stuff that people say, we were trying to do everything we could to get it going. Nothing was happening. So, finally, I decided to go have a checkup to see was anything wrong with me, because, you never know. Yes, I am African American or Black. And a lot of people think all Black people are strong, resilient, they can do anything, take on everything. No, we're human. African American or Black, as you may call it, that is a color. That's not who we are. Okay, so I go to the doctor's office, I get the whole checkup, I get blood work done, I get all these things done. So I'm just waiting the results. So a week goes by and I get a phone call and I'm asked to go into the doctor's office and everything. And I go to the doctor's office, they tell me there's nothing wrong. We don't know what's going on, but there's nothing wrong with you on your end. So now here's the challenge of going to talk to my husband to inform him that there's nothing wrong with me, but there could possibly be something wrong with you. And then a little bit closer. Woo! Okay. So that was a little challenging, but I did do it. And, speaking to a man concerning his manhood, that's very delicate. It's not something that you should be ashamed of, men. And women, you just have to learn your man, what he can and cannot take. And it's just a way of how you communicate this. So I spoke to him in the way that we do. We both cried, because we didn't know what was going on. And I felt so bad, so bad. So, and then even though the doctors can tell you that there's nothing wrong with you and, they did all the blood tests and blood works and everything, it still doesn't, make it any easier for the both of you. So both of you are feeling sadness. Both of you are feeling pain. So I informed him. We cried, we spoke to each other. We got, we hugged and we just said, hey, he's going to go take some tests and he's going to go get checked and he's going to see what's going on and we're going to go from there. So, hey, it is what it is. So, took a deep breath and we just continued as usual. While we're at a relative's home, we're visiting and I get a phone call and I stepped away because it was kind of loud. I stepped away and to talk to the doctor because there was the doctor's office calling me back. And they said, well, we need to see you in the office right now. And I was all like, what's wrong? And they said, you just need to come in the office. I said, could you please tell me what's going on, what's wrong? Because we done been through a lot already. My husband's about to go, get his checkup. What's wrong? And then they said, well, we checked another test and you're pregnant. And I was like, what? So again, no, I know it's like a national anthem. No, I'm not. But I didn't go back and forth. I was like, no, And they were like, yes, you're pregnant. So I'm like, OMG. It was this big celebration. I hung the phone up. I went and told my husband. He had went and bought cigars, was passing out cigars to everybody. And it was just this joyous, happy moment. Just joyous, happy moment. Okay, so we're going through everything. We having a baby. We didn't really have a baby shower. Everybody was just up and just giving gifts. My son had his first pair of Jordans. He wasn't even born yet. He had Nike this, Nike that. He had several Jordan shoes. My husband was going around buying everything that he could. That was baseball or basketball or, football or something orientated with being a boy. Okay, so now, ready for doctor's office visits, going great, going fine. Yes, I learned my lesson about the vitamins. Yeah, I was doing all of that. Pharmacy, all of that. So, yeah, here we go. Go into the hospital. It was prearranged. I met with the doctor, met with the nurses. Okay, I met with the nurses this time. Thank God. Met with the nurses. Oh my goodness. The nurses I had were awesome. They were awesome. And I'm going to tell you, that's hard to find. It's very hard to find. But they were awesome. Okay, so we had a head nurse, a head pediatric nurse. She was over in the nursery. And I was like, she treated me with, like I say, with kid gloves. She handled me with kid gloves. She was just so nurturing, and she has passed. She passed a couple of years ago, but I mean, she fluffed my pillows. She rubbed my arm, my head. My mom was there too. But, oh my goodness, she was just beautiful. It was like she was an angel. I never met one, but if it could be one, she would be it. She was so awesome. Okay, so, yes, I'm still having pains and everything because you're still going to go through that. They may not be, sometimes, it depends. They may not be, long. The pains may not last as long as a regular pregnancy and giving birth, but it just, like I said, depends on the person, their body, and circumstance. Okay, so we go in. Again, my cut is not bikini. It's straight up and down. Up and down, like you cutting a circle in half. Boom. Okay, so we go in, and this particular time, I'm not hearing anything for a minute. I'm wondering what's going on. My husband's there, the doctor's there, and like I didn't hear anything. And then I'm hearing all this sucking sound, and it's steady going like for a minute. I didn't hear all of that when I had my first baby. Of course, I had blacked out and everything. But, I'm hearing all this suctioning, and I'm thinking, well, is that normal? Is it not? And I'm scared. So, at that time, they're sewing me up to get me going real quick, real fast. I don't even get to see him, at all while I'm in there. And, okay, I'm off to my room. Everything's going okay. But finally, they bring him out. Then they informed me that they had to suction out his lungs. Just that fast. That's why I say anything can happen. Anything can happen. He was fine the whole 9 months. He was fine. I was fine. We didn't have any complication. He didn't have anything going on with him. He had all his fingers, toes. Everything was fine. And then just in that time, boom, he inhaled poop. He had inhaled feces, and they had to pump his lungs out. So then I got the news that he could possibly have an infection. He could possibly have all these series of problems. He could be ill from here on out. He could be disabled. That's why I said, having a child it's major business. It's a major surgery. Everything is major. It's not, for the squeamish, it's not an easy task. That's why I said people need to understand when these little kids out here, getting pregnant on purpose, 12, 13, 14 years old, things like that, thinking it's, oh, I'm going to have somebody to love me. That's a serious